Hi, welcome to Business Influencers. Hope everyone is having a great week. If you're new to us, you found us here at TALRadio, and we also encourage you to follow us on our YouTube channel at TALRadio as well. Again, the show continues to grow each and every week, and we are so thankful and grateful for all of you that keep sharing the show. We hope that the show continues to provide you great insights and wisdom to help to move your level of influence to the next level. This show is for business owners, CEOs, high performers, or any business professional that is looking to make more impact in why they do what they do in the world and in your industry. Today's show is being brought to you today by Achieve Systems. Achieve Systems is a business and health and wellness group dedicated to bringing people together, to allowing them to really engage at a higher level in a way that they can all help each other to create more impact in the world. Their next event is taking place on June 9th and the 10th, and that is in Denver, Colorado. You can find out more information about that at achievebizconferences.com. That's Achieve, B-I-Z, conferences.com. Check them out. Robert Raymond and Vanessa Raymond are the organizers, and this is going to be a great event for anyone that's really looking to, make great impact in why they do what they do, and an opportunity to meet other people to elevate their business to the next level. So feel free to check them out at achievebizsystems.com. Well, we got a great show for you today. We're going to be talking about breakthrough leadership. And as everybody knows here, I am a huge fan of leadership. It's so important because leadership is not something we isolate to what we do in our jobs or our professions. Leadership is not a title. It is a role. It's a role that we play in many different hats that we wear in our life and our careers, and something that we do 24/7. Well, we're going to talk about how we can break through in terms of leadership. And we're going to be here with Veronica Ceban, and Veronica is calling in from the Netherlands as we are talking here today, and she is going to bring a lot of wisdom. But before I introduce her, let me give you a little background about her. She is a multiple award winner, global motivational speaker, author, business owner, and founder of Business Power Academy. She has a global talk show, an online magazine, GTL, Glide, a Feminine Leadership Summit, and an elite global leadership club. She speaks 5 languages. I mean, that's incredible. My wife speaks 2, but 5, oh my God, fluently, and comes not from a family with an entrepreneurial mindset. In addition, she is a transformational business and NLP coach. And without further ado, we welcome Veronica Ceban to the show. Veronica, how are you doing today?
Thank you so much, Chris, for having me here. And thank you for such a beautiful introduction. And I feel very, very honored to be your guest and to share my leadership nuggets with the audience.
Well, we are so happy to have you here. And if you can define, leadership, like when it comes to leadership, what would you feel like how people look overall? I mean, everyone's going to have a different view on leadership, but what would you feel like people see leadership as? And then we'd love to hear your input on how we can really break through as leaders, in our roles in life and business.
To me personally, I find that leadership has a very, very gigantic definition because it comes from our inner and based on our resources, and all the resources that we need to break through leadership, they all are within ourselves. For example, like the psychological state, the awareness, the emotional intelligence, being able to see your own transformation and taking massive action, because that's the role of a leader. A leader has a huge empathy. A leader has also the ability to listen to the world, to lead the world. And a leader has the ability to lead himself. Because if you are not able to lead yourself, if you are not able to lead another people. And as a global leader, in my personal opinion, it's necessary to understand your position, your responsibility for the world, and that hard commitment that you have to make. Related to the earthquake in Turkey, I really have been crying the past days. And then the more, you are seeing this hard situation, because this is a disastrous situation, then you understand as a leader how important it's your role in the society, because you can support the people, you can donate money, you can organize as well some meetings with global leaders, and to encourage the people to think big, to think in a different way as a real leader. And my dad is a real leader. He is a very, very powerful personality. He has had always a very high position in the society. And I think that my mindset, properly from my childhood, yes, I have from my dad, because my mom is different. My mom is a doctor, but without an entrepreneurial mindset. My mindset. My dad, it's a leader, but with not an entrepreneurial mindset, but it's a real leader. He always has given me examples to be a leader, and the first aspect that a leader has to learn or to educate, a skill is the high empathy. Unfortunately, at schools, at universities, leadership is not taught, unfortunately. But in my opinion, this is the most important education that should be integrated in universities, in schools, and everywhere. If that education existed already, maybe the world was very peaceful. Then we would have much more awareness. We would have much more love and much more connection with each other, and also building a strong bond with each other. Because what I'm experiencing, building up relationships, and having collaborationships around the world, people, they are experiencing a huge lack of human empathy, unfortunately. They are afraid. And I'm seeing this so in the behavior of many, many, many people. They are hesitating to build genuine relationships. And this is a part of breaking through leadership. Because if you don't dare to build genuine relationships, with and collaborationships with the world, you cannot not break through. And this is the only way to break through. Owning your own leadership, owning that hard responsibility, that it takes commitment, and also understanding yourself. Because if you don't understand yourself, you cannot break through leadership.
That's so true. And I love the fact that you talk about, these are things that these principles are not taught at an early age. They we don't teach them in elementary school, or when children are growing up, or even maybe on some level, maybe a little bit in universities if you're in a business class, but not really teaching this at a young age, because this isn't like a title. It's not a job. It's something we do every day in our lives. And it impacts out how we communicate, how we behave, our attitude, how we respond versus react in the action we take, correct?
Exactly, especially the attitude and awareness of your role in society. So because many people, they are going through their journey without being aware of the role that they might having in the society. They are not aware of their contribution to the world. How important is to realize your role as a leader to the society, changing lives, contributing to the transformation, even of the education of another people. Because Business Power Academy stands for peace, love, revolutionary education, and transformation. And if you don't understand your own leadership, and if you don't make that hard commitment, because I can understand that for many of you could be very hard to make that commitment, or even to identify your role, in this life. Never is too late. Remember that. Never is too late. If you now saw the owner of KFC, yeah, at what age has he founded out the KFC? At 65 age. Never give up. Never. Because this is your belief is the most powerful aspect. Look at these people now in Turkey that they have lost everything. All their life they have worked, to buy a house or even to build something, and they have lost so everything. How powerful have you to be on the street in the winter without clothes, without food? So what a type of mindset is requiring that from us, and also so from us as leaders, as global leaders, showing a high human empathy towards all these people, being being kind as well, and helping them, supporting them financially too. Yes, so even if I was crying, but I becoming more and more, aware of my role in the society and how important it's to contribute to the education of the people. Let's be honest, in Turkey, there is a huge lack of education in the society. Yeah. Especially so at the border with Syria, because many people are not educated in that region, and there is also a prohibited region where it's not allowed to build houses because of the seismic platform, because of the high magnitude of the earth, which is creating a electrifying magnitude, and it's causing the explosion, and that is the earthquake. The people, they knew, especially the real estate experts, they knew that it's prohibited absolutely to build houses in that region. And what do I mean? So look at this role, even at the real estate experts. If you are a real estate expert, this is your role as a leader, to be responsible also for the consequences. This is exactly what does it mean to break through leadership. When you take that responsibility, when you go all in.
I love what you just said there. When you think about breakthrough leadership, I would like to discuss it. I mean, because like I said, I'm a big believer this is something we do every day of our lives. What would you recommend to a business owner, even if it was a manager in a company, it could be any role in business. What would you recommend that people, how could they step up to be a better leader? What would be that first step they could do to break through, to start the process of breaking through?
The first aspect is to be heart-centered, being kind, listening also to the people around you, having a high level of understanding and perception too, seeing the world not only the way you think, but seeing the world the way the world there is, because there is much more than we see through our perception. The world is huge.
Yeah.
And internally, so the human beings are beautiful. If you look around, so this world is constructed by the human being, by the human being imagination and creativity.
I love what you just said, because we live in this world now of diversity, equity, and inclusion. That is such a, a thing that's out there. And yes, we grown up conditioned to certain things and how we see the world or how we do business, but doesn't necessarily mean everybody sees it the same way. And it doesn't mean that how you see it, it's always going to be how it is. So we have to be able to find out what is best for the situation that we're in, whether as a company, whether in our industry, how we're addressing a client, whatever that may be. So I love what you just said. So would it be safe to say that, empathy and kindness, and maybe learning to put our judgments aside and to say, hey,
Exactly.
it's not what you would like it to be, it's what is, and what can we do to maximize and make it better?
Exactly. So what we can do to maximize it on to the fullest, it's just to connect with each other, to create projects, to contribute to the improvement of the quality of our life, uh, helping each other, lifting up each other, not being selfish and thinking only about ourselves, because that's the role of a leader. Yeah, being empathic, being kind, and contributing to the realization of the dreams of another people. If you realize how important is your role in the world, through your contribution and through your role as a leader, it's really mind-blowing.
Mm.
If you learn, to operate through your inner leadership genius, so unleash that leadership genius from the depth of your inner, from the depth of your heart, and then the world is gonna flourish. Everything is gonna blossom when we will do everything through love, through empathy, through kindness and devotion. Not thinking only about money, but thinking about real transformation, about contribution.
Yeah. And one of the things, like what I love about what you said about empathy, kindness, contribution, it's if you could expand on it, Veronica, it's not about that we go out of our way to please people and enable them, because that keeps them stuck, but it's how can we empower them through our example, and how can we be resourceful? How can we set up our work environment, or just any environment in general, to be resourceful for people to tap into so they could help themselves? Would that be safe to say?
Yes, we can be resourceful, so creating and providing education, in the field of leadership, empowering the people and guiding them, giving them insight. I think the education has an incredible, huge power, uh, because that's also the way how we can transform the people's life and generally the world and the our life quality too.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And seeing this shift, I mean, what is your viewpoint of, we're in 2023, and this is like, a year where I'm beginning to see a shift, like, like people are starting to not like, oh yeah, we'll check that box off, and yeah, we know that, but no, now, like, let's start being it, because if we can be it, we can become it, and if we can become it, then maybe perhaps we can do things differently and open up. Now there's so many more possibilities that we've limited ourselves to. Would that be, are you seeing a shift in that? And are more people looking to not just talk the talk, but begin to walk the talk?
Yes, yes, indeed. So it's a very beautiful expression. The last time, so I'm meeting many massive action takers, and it's so beautiful to see that. And we can experience that shift through taking action, And indeed, so you are right. The last time I'm seeing more and more people that they are getting the awareness of transformation, that in the world there is something going on which is huge on a such scale that the coaching industry in generally it's growing up with speed.
Yeah.
And you can see that you see everywhere in the online space more and more coaching companies, but in different industries, not only in the coaching. For example, I have a friend of mine, Mike Merritt from United States, and he is a chirurg, but I never have heard about providing education in the medicine field. Like I was really surprised, like wow. So then you have that momentum when you realize that the coaching industry it's really changing. It's going beyond than we can imagine.
Yeah, yeah. And when you mention coaching, do you feel like when it comes to leadership, and especially with breakthrough leadership, that you're seeing a shift in like more a coaching style of leadership? Do you see that happening? Like in a
Yes, that's
coaching like
awesome.
approach to leadership?
The approach, yes. Yeah, but many people are really struggling, and which means that for us, there is a high demand on the market for leadership education, which makes me so happy. I want to share this situation really with our audience. I have been invited to speak on a stage, and this lady, so she asked me my background, what I'm doing, and general. So I have introduced myself. Then we went on a Zoom call, and then I told to her that I'm organizing as well the multidisciplinary award-winning conference in June. So this summer in Amsterdam, Netherlands, and she felt fear, anxiety of competition, and I can see that in the reaction, of the people. Uh, on that moment, like I saw that she's sweating, like I observed it, that her face became like with water on the cheeks, and like I was so surprised, and I asked her, "Is everything all right?" She said, "Yes, everything is all right." What does it mean? Okay, um, from the other side, of my conversator, maybe she hasn't realized that there is a need also of leadership transformation. What many people don't realize that instead to learn to collaborate together, they are removing the people with a huge potential because they feel fear. And when they are doing or when they are acting in this way, it makes me happy, because being also an expert in human mind and behavior, then I'm realizing that there is a huge, but a huge lack in the education of leadership, because a leader, it's a role model, like a leader is taking action, a leader is encouraging the people, a leader is helping the people to lift them up, but it's not removing them. And I think, and that's the difference between a real leader and between a leader that is still in the process of the transformation.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Yeah, keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, and because of the anxiety, so this lady removed me from her group, because I asked this question: where is written in the Bible that being a spiritual leader is not allowed to grow? Do you believe in a such statement,
Yeah.
Chris?
Yeah. I mean, we'd say it again, that the leader is
No, she said she wanted, or she was trying to convince me that a leader or being on a spiritual platform, it's not allowed to grow. But that was on her platform. This is very contradictory, you
Yeah,
know?
first of all, you shouldn't be convincing anybody. A great leader empowers versus tries to convince somebody. And I think leadership is a way of being that you evolve over time. It's a journey. It's not a destination.
Exactly.
And there is a
Exactly.
spiritual component to it. There's the spiritual, the emotional, the physical. There's so many different things that go into it.
Exactly. And when I mentioned it, so this aspect, she was speechless. And that was another reason for her to remove me. No, but what does it mean for us, for real leaders? It means that we have a gigantic space for leadership education on the market. Yeah. So, like understanding your role as a leader in the society is crucial. Because a leader has a healthy way of thinking, has a healthy mindset. And when you are trying to remove people instead to collaborate, it's toxic.
Yes.
It means that you are struggling within you. So you are rejecting the growth because you don't want to to collaborate. So then, and these feelings, they are manifesting so in form of envy, jealousy, which means that it's so again struggling, frustration, being insecure of yourself. So it's very, a leader understands as well his own emotions. A real leader.
Awesome. Wow, this is great insight that you are sharing here, and so true and powerful. And what would you say, because we're getting near the end of the show, and I wanted to add up a final statement, or what would you, when it comes to breakthrough leadership, what is, from your perspective, what are you looking to do to create more awareness in this particular area? I know you have your business academy and you're doing so many great things, but what would be your main objective for this year to really empower people to really break through with their leadership and take this to another level?
Thank you so much for asking me so this powerful and crucial question, because I have created the Elite Global Leadership Club uh, for this category of leaders that they really want to break through. And so inside of the club, then I'm calling all the leaders that they want to shift to the next level. Leaders that they are contributing on a higher level to the society, that they have the purpose to transform the human lives. How can we transform the human lives? Through collaboration, through participating as well to different projects and generally around the globe. And related to this, I would love also to talk about my franchise, because I have created a franchise, and I got sick a couple of years ago. Got back pain, low back pain, and when I struggling with something, I'm looking always for a solution. And I have created this project to help the people that they are struggling with the same problem like me. So this is so powerful for a leader who can understand how can you own your own power as a leader. Instead to focus on the pain and struggles, focus on the solutions. How can you solve that problem that you are struggling with for another people?
Yeah.
This is exactly so how we can shift through leadership to the next level. just being very productive, creating and manifesting so abundance in our life and the life of another people that needs our commitment.
Wow, this is fabulous. Well, we want to make sure people, reach out to you to learn more information about that. As we conclude this show, how can people best get in touch with you and reach out to you to get to know you?
They can also keep in touch with me through my website, businesspoweracademy.net, or even by my WhatsApp. I will share with you, so you may share also on your channels. And through my Facebook profile, which is called Veronica Ceban, and through my YouTube channel, the Global Talk Show Share Your Life Story Experience.
Awesome.
And also you may also look for the Global Leadership Club on Facebook if you want to join us and to discover more how can you break through leadership and switching to the next level.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Veronica. Thank you for taking time to be with us here out of your busy schedule here on our show today. Thank you so much. We greatly appreciate you. And we highly encourage everybody that's listening, will be listening later, to get to know Veronica and all the things that she's doing. Reach out to her at the various different opportunities that she provides for leaders and business owners of all different types. Thank you so much for being here. And listeners, thank you each and every week joining us here at Business Influencers with TALRadio. We are committed to bringing subject matter experts like Veronica in each and every week, helping you to raise your level of influence and to create more impact and more value in our industries, communities, and in our world in general. Till then, everybody, have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next week.